Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I've got a lot of goodies here today because you know what today is? Today is Redemption Day. Yes, I am taking back the authority over resin casting powder. That's it. 3-to-1 by weight, you guys. In my head on the last video, I read 3-to-1 by weight to you guys, but in reality, I did 2-to-1. Not realizing, which is why I had to wing the rest of the thing. This time, I've actually used an eco-pour calculator, so I kind of know what I'm doing now. So let's see how it goes. I'm not going to do a big bowl this time. I'm going to do small coasters that hold 2 fluid ounces each. I've never used these coasters, and I thought that they were supposed to be holographic. This one definitely is. These I don't think came holographic, so I'm just going to do them and see what happens. Now, I ordered a bunch of these stencils from Let's Resin, and I got them in the other day. So I kind of split them up into, these are all patterned. These are really cool. Then I have a couple snowflakes that I'm not doing this season. I've got some sea life here. Octopus, turtle, shark. Then there's a whole bunch of flowers and greenery, tree, just a whole bunch of like foliage. So I put them here, a bird and leaves, things like that in that pile. Then I made a pile of like butterflies, bees, bumblebees, butterflies, dragonflies. So I made those, and then I have a pile over here that has animals. So a deer, a frog, a tiger, a lizard, a dinosaur. I also have a package over here that has all your numbers and letters, which I'm just going to leave in here because I don't have any plans to use those. But today, because I just love dogs so much, and I cut these ones, so they did come square. Well, this is my extra one, the deer, because there was not 4 for dog lovers. So the deer one is going to go on this holographic one because if it doesn't work, I don't care. But then I have this dog and cat duo, which there's that one. So we're going to stick that on there. Then I have a paw print and a dog. Of course, this is not the kind of dog I have, but that's okay. So let me get all these other ones out of my way. So I'm going to do something new, a trial and error. I'm sure you guys already know the answer to these questions, but you know you don't see this stuff on my channel very often, and I don't watch a lot of YouTube much anymore. So I'm going to experiment on my own with a few things. Let me just get these out of the way. These are not easy to get in a pile. I'll do that later. So what I'm thinking is using my Intense Chameleon powders. These are from Let's Resin. I have black cherry, maple, green, and blue. I'm going to paint in the stencils with the mica powders. I'm not going to get fancy. I did go out and I bought the proper coloring for this stuff at Michael's today. So it's called Mix to Mold. It's made by Resin. I have teal, magenta, red, and this one is black, although it's not labeled. That's strange. But this one's black because if I do want to marble in the future, which I will be doing soon, just not today. I also bought from them today. Oh, I also have this blue one. Then I saw they have gloss sealer, came with a brush. This is all the Mix to Mold. So they have their own brand of casting powder. But from what I hear, you can use it with the Let's Resin brand. They also have these little chips, terrazzo chips. So I'll use these eventually in something. So maybe I'll be doing this for a little while until I get the hang of it. All right, let's get started. Before I get started, I did come home to some mail today from a few people. One is pretty exciting. This is from Kathy Carr. She bought me a 15 pack of paint pens, which are oil-based, fine tip oil-based. I haven't opened them yet. I just got them today. So these were exciting. I didn't know they were coming. And she is wondering, I hope these will also work on silicone. I have figured out that oil-based pens work from Kathy Carr. So you may be able to put it on the silicone and then have it be released into your resin. So we'll have to try those. Then I got another package today from Kathy Leroy. And she goes by Kathy with 2 E's with this long letter, which I won't read the letter, but this is what she sent us. And me and Don are a little stumped, and we need a little time to think about this. She sent us some wood, what did she call these? Pine knots. And she gave us a challenge to see what we could do with them. And they are super cool. But we need some time to think. So, thank you for the challenge, Kathy Leroy. We will take the challenge, but you need to give us some time because we do need to think about what we can do. I don't want to just throw it in anything. So, we're going to need some time. All right, now that I just got some chips off of those into here, I'm going to clean my molds out again, get these situated. And then, oh, I've got these out. I thought maybe, these are dragonfly glazes. I have 4 of them. These are color shifting and they have like sparkle in them. So I'm thinking about sealing the Eco Pour or whatever you want to call this, the casting powder, with that after they are completely dried. I don't know if it's going to affect the mica powder when it comes up off, if the mica powder comes up off. We're going to find out. So let me get these cleaned up and grab a paintbrush. All right, so I've changed my mind already. I want to try different products. I'm not just going to use those. I am going to use the intense maple color for this deer right here. Now, I don't know if the powder is going to get up underneath the stencil, so I may have some cleanup to do when I pull the stencil off. Let me just very carefully, I did like push it down. This one is a little more flimsy than these. These are much more sturdy. So I'm going to gently brush from the sides in, trying not to get it underneath the edge of the stencil so I don't have too much cleanup, although these are much smaller. So we'll see what works, what doesn't work. Maybe it'll all work. I have never stenciled resin before, especially this powder stuff, because I haven't used the powder very much. Okay, and I've got my switching sponge out. That just takes the powder off your brush. These are at Dollar Tree. If you can't find them at Dollar Tree, I will link one below for you. And let me get this put away. I've already pre-measured my powder and my water, so I don't, hopefully it's right. It doesn't look right to me, but it's 3-to-1. I'm going to carefully pull this off. Oh, it's not too bad. I do have to clean up a little bit there, so I'm just going to grab a micro brush and some alcohol and see if I can get that off pretty easily, which it'll come off. How do I always end up with these projects with all this cleanup? I was gonna get fancy and try to do something around the edge, but I'm like, nope. Let me just figure out one thing at a time before I go making it very complicated. So I decided against it. I'm just gonna pour them today. I'm not even gonna color them. I'm gonna leave it white, because if I use those dragonfly glazes, those have a color to them too. And this one, I wanna know if the holographics are gonna transfer. I'm sure a lot of you already know this, but I don't, so I'm gonna find out. I think that came out pretty good. I'm going to just try to clean up around the antlers. It really didn't go that much off. Oops, I just made it worse. Oh, geez. Let me put this down. I almost need like a micro brush. A super duper extra micro. Because this one is kind of big for these antlers right here. It is what it is. This is just an experiment. But, you know, I want to be able to use it if I can. I wish they had a fourth dog one though, or cat. All right, that one's done. I'm going to do the paw print in the Let's Resin holographic glitter. So I would like to know if the holographic glitter is going to work. So let's do the same thing. Well, this won't be as intense as those mica powders, obviously, but with a white background, I'm thinking it should be fine. Hopefully there won't be too much cleanup. Trying to be so gentle. So I ended up needing about 8 fluid ounces when I'm done. Now when I put that into the calculator asked for milliliters, which converted into, what did it say, 240 milliliters? So it said I needed 320 grams of the powder and 115 grams of water. It looks like a lot, but I remember the last time, like, this is a lot for 8 ounces, 8 total fluid ounces. But when I did it the last time, I noticed how much less that I needed, which ended up making me wing it because I got nervous because I was running out of time. I didn't know how much time I had because the directions did not tell me how much time I had. But because I added so much water, I had plenty of time. All right, so this one's not bad, and there is a little glitter around, which I'm going to just leave it as it is because these dragonfly glazes have glitter in them, so I'm not going to be too concerned about that. Okay, for the dog, I'm going to do, this is the black actually, I'm not going to do the black holographic glitter because I remember it's going to be pretty light. So I'm not going to do the black. Let me find, what other color can I do? Let's do, should I do gold? Let's do the gold. This is the Intense Mica Powder Gold. Let's see what happens with that. Hopefully. Now this one's got a lot of lines. I don't want a lot of cleanup. But it is what it is. I do know now this time, you know, I learned a lot of lessons in that video the other day. If you want entertainment and you didn't see that video, I'll link it for you at the end of this one because it was pretty hilarious, unfortunately. I didn't mean it to be that way, but it ended up being that way. So I'll link it at the end if you want to watch that one. But I did learn a lot of lessons. I learned that I was right. If it felt cold, it was still wet because I had so much water in there. I could have put it in my curing machine. Didn't even cross my mind at all. Didn't even cross my mind. So I didn't cure it, which I should have. It was not even dried 24 hours before I sealed it with, that's not that bad. Before I sealed it, it wasn't even dried 24 hours. I even read you guys the directions. I guess I was much sicker that day. I'm much better today. Maybe it just didn't comprehend in my brain everything that I read. I don't know, but it didn't. So I'm going to try to be a rule follower today. I don't know what these little white things are. Could be powder, but that looks kind of cool. We'll find out when it's done. There's something else on there though. Looks like a string. Yep. I don't know where that came from. Like a fuzz. Okay, this one I'm going to do the dog in teal chameleon powder and the cat in pink holographic glitter. So let's move some of these. So I will not be sealing these until they are completely dried, which it is late at night. So I won't even be doing that today. I will take them out of the mold like it tells you to on time though, and then dry them in my curing machine. And they'll still be, by the time I get back to them tomorrow after work, it will be plenty dry. And then we will try to do our dragonfly glaze. Hopefully that works. I don't know if that will need to be sealed maybe with a resin to make it shiny again. Where did the pink go? Here it is. This is the holographic glitter, so I don't know if it's going to be dark enough, but yeah, that looks pretty. Not that all cats are female, but this one's going to be. All right, so let's peel that off and clean it up. Oh, it doesn't need much cleaning. Good. Okay. Now, I'm going to move these out of the way, but keep them handy so I can remember what we used. All right, let me move these. I don't need any accidents. This is my pre-measured 320 grams. This is my 115 grams. Let me get a stir stick. And I'm going to pour it all in because that's what it said. This is what it said I needed. I'm going to trust the process. I should have a whisk, but I don't. And I feel like that's not enough water. It may be. I'm going to move these because I don't want any accidents. So this is like really super thick, you guys. I know it should feel like a plaster, but I don't want it so thick that I end up with bubbles. So I might, depending on what it feels like before I pour it. This is not a very heavy duty stir stick. Let me grab a stick. Oh, I've got one right here. Look at that. So I could feel the clumps all at the bottom. And it feels really, really, it's not like mixing. I think I need more water. It's just not mixing. See all that powder coming up? There's huge clumps at the bottom. And I don't want it to start curing in this cup. I think that's too thick, you guys. I'm going to run and grab some more water. So from my last one, I know it's very forgiving. I'm just going to do a tiny, tiny bit, because I don't want to get too far off what they're telling you to do. But I could still feel huge clumps at the bottom that's not stirred together. And they don't want to bust up. just not mixing good. I can't even get it to the bottom. I'm trying to think if I have something. Oh my gosh, I hope I don't run out of time. I have to add more water. It's just not working. I'm gonna grab my silicone stir stick. Maybe that's a little bit, much sturdier. Okay, that's better, but I could still feel these huge lumps at the bottom. Let me move this. I kind of like the way I did it the last time, you guys, because it was plenty of water. And I didn't have any problem stirring it. I have huge chunks of powder at the bottom. I just can't get loose. Try this again. It's hard to explain unless you've used this before. Okay, I think I'm loosening them up. They just need to get wet. I swore I was going to get redemption today, and I don't know that that's going to happen. So this is really thick. Really thick. I don't want to pour it that thick. I just don't. I don't want any bubbles. So I'm adding water. I'm sorry to all you people who like to stick to the directions, but it's just not working for me. This feels better. I just want to get it mixed really good. All right. It looks like it's all in. I don't feel anything at the bottom. It doesn't look too thin like it did last time. Last time it was just like water. This time it is very thick. All right. One more stir, then I'm going for it. Let me see how many ounces this is. It had ended up with 10 fluid. Oh, you know why? Because I added more water. So, yeah, I guess that their calculations would have been right for 8 fluid ounces. But because I added more water, I ended up with 10. So I'm going to find something. Oh, I just got something in there. Maybe I'll make a little elk with the rest of it. I might have to add extra water and powder, because I think he's about 2 ounces. It might work. Okay, I'm going for it. I think it's ready. So I'm just going to, oops, something in there. Where does this stuff come from? I don't understand. I barely moved them out of the way. All right. No, look, it's like really, I don't know. Okay, I'm just going to pour it. It might be okay. I just don't want any bubbles around my edges. I've seen people with bubbles, and this looks really thick. I don't like it that thick. I'm pouring more water in, you guys. I'm sorry. Just a drip. Look at that. It's way, I mean, you can obviously shake it up, but I don't like pouring it that thick. I just don't. Will it affect the integrity at the end? Possibly. I don't know. That's why it's an experiment. Okay. Let's do the next one. If you hear something in the background, that's my dog snoring. I guess he's tired. Well, he's probably wondering why I'm not in bed yet. Okay, one more. Oops, it's got a fuzz in there. Yeah, it's really, really thick. If I didn't add the extra water, I don't even think it would have poured, honestly. I don't think it would have. This is reminding me of a plaster. I'm just gonna shake it up because it's not even like sitting level. I guess I can go around the edge. Maybe not, maybe it's not. It's not like resin. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. Clearly I'm gonna have some, are you supposed to have gloves on with this stuff? Oh my gosh, I just now realized I don't have gloves on. I don't think you do. I'm sorry if you're supposed to. Okay, you know what? This is getting really thick in here. And I want to use it. I'm going to add water. I'm going to add water so I can make an elk. Now I added too much water, you guys. I'm going to add a little bit more. A little more powder. Oh gosh, here we go again. Should I try to color it for this little guy? I have all these colors. What color would I do? Let's try the blue. You want to color it? I'm going to color it. I'm going to go with the blue and see what happens. Maybe, I don't know, that was like 3 drops of blue. Sorry, I know you couldn't see. Oh, that's not nearly enough. Not nearly enough. It's like really light blue. Maybe I'll just do that and see if we get a marble effect. What do you think? Let's pour him before it's too late. Come on, come out. Oh, please just come. I don't want to ruin my elk. Gosh, this stuff, you don't have a lot of time to work with it when you have it thick. I'm just gonna... Hopefully it's in his eyes and his tail. Come on, get the bubbles out. I see bubbles coming out. Oh my gosh, you guys, you don't have time. I gotta add water. I need more time. So note to self, don't mix up this much at a time or you will not be able to pour it all. Because I'm still going to end up wasting some. I don't have another mold ready. I'm going to have to go find something. Come on, get in there. Hurry up. Half of him is going to be marbled and half is not. I can tell you that right now. And how am I going to get this stuff into his little antlers? Oh my gosh. I'm going to have to like spoon feed it in there. I'm going to have a lot of sanding to do. All right, so, okay. This is thickening on me. I'll be right back. Okay, I got this little tiny unicorn mold. I just got it in. I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to pour some in that one. I seriously cannot be the only person that struggles with this. Am I seriously that only person? I can't possibly be. I mean, I guess I can be. But you can't tell me I'm the only one who struggles with this stuff. I still have some left. That's it. Next time, small batches. I'm not gonna do a big batch. This is like almost as much stress as the polyurethane. But at least on that one, I know I have 1 minute. Trying to get this little mold full. I know you probably can't see. I'm sorry. I can't get his little tail filled. I'm trying, you guys. I'm so sorry. As those sit there and cure. Come on. All right. So that he's full. And there's nothing I could do to salvage the rest of this. I'm sure I can probably add more water and grab another mold. Let me try. I don't know. So I added more water. This one's super watery, so I highly doubt it's going to cure. We shall find out. It's a little rabbit. So there's a whole set of these little animals I got in. I haven't done a video on them yet. I didn't plan on doing one today. But yeah, you're going to see 2 of them today. All right, let these sit. Ooh, they're nice and warm. Okay, I'll come back to demold them in an hour like it says. It's been like an hour. Now, I will tell you, I turned the heat mat on. I don't know if I was supposed to or not, but I did. And I'm just going to get these out. I know they're not cured yet, but I think I'm supposed to take them out so they don't sweat or something. So, oh no. Did they not come out? So the mica powder didn't transfer nicely. Look at that. That's not good. It's still on my... Okay, well now we know the intense didn't transfer. That's sad. That was the holographic one too. I didn't do a very good job. It's not level. Oh, okay. I'm definitely not going to finish that one because it's not level and it didn't transfer. Please transfer. This was the holographic glitter and oh, it's not the best. So the holographic glitter did much better than the mica powder. Trying to think how I could fix that. This is where it would be good if you guys can like chime in live. I'm just trying to be very careful because it's only been an hour. This one was holographic glitter too. And I see it on my mold. I mean, yeah, I'm not too happy about that. Wondering what I can do. This is not much of a redemption video, is it, you guys? Oh, I see this one on my mold too. Come on, get out. I don't want to break anything. That did not come out that good. That's very sad. So, I did take the antlers out because I thought they would break. They do need trimmed. These guys, I have no idea if I can take them out already. This one, I told you, it was no, this one's way too wet. I don't even think, yeah, I just busted off the tail. I don't think that one's going to work at all because it was mostly water. This one, I don't know. What's the difference at this point? I mean, I feel like I should leave him in. I think this tail's going to break right off if I take him out after an hour. I'm leaving him in. This one's got like a big clump that's stuck out. Let's see if I can. I want to kind of clip it off with something. I don't know if I should take him out either. I hate to break him, although he's not going to come out right. He's going to be half marbled and half not marbled. Oh, goodness. And I don't have a clue if you could spray anything in here to help unmold. If you guys know the answer to that, I would love to know the answer. Can you spray? See, I don't even want to pull on him because it's just an hour. I'm trying to be ever so gentle. I don't want his head to pop off. I'm going to let him just hang out like this till tomorrow. And I've got to figure out if I can fix these or not. I don't know if I can. I'm going to have to think about it. So just out of curiosity, I grabbed my mica powder that I used on this in a micro brush. Because I was never going to be able to sleep it tonight without knowing. So I'm just kind of coloring him back in. And maybe I'll have to seal him with resin or something. I'm not sure. I do have bubbles. That's what I was trying to avoid. That's why I liked it watery. Well, that's not... I don't know, you guys. I want to be good at this, and I'm just not good at this. I think I'm going to have to because I wanted to use those dragonfly glazes, but I don't think I can use that over mica powder because it's going to smear him. This micro brush is going to be too wide to get these antlers. Maybe I could spray seal it. If I spray seal it tomorrow and then use my glazes, that might work. Just to seal this mica powder in. I can't get... I don't know. I'm not going to hold you guys up with this. Let me try to finish him up, see what I could do about the other ones, and we're going to figure this out. So I thought about scrapping the whole video because nothing worked the way I wanted to, but I wanted to give it one last shot. So what I did, you saw me do this one, and I just rebrushed the mica powder on it. So that's what I did with that one. This one, the pens that I got today, of course, came in handy. I used the gold one, and I just drew over the mica powder. So that one's not that bad. Now, I'm not happy with the little smears and smudges. That's what I'm not happy about. And I don't like the little bubbles. I'm going to try to salvage these instead of trashing the video. Now, this dog, the cat was fine. This dog and the paw print, I went over it with, oh, here it is, my Tack It Over and Over glue. It dried really, really quickly. And then I just went back over this with the glitter, holographic glitter, and it stuck pretty good. So that's not a complete fail. There's glitter in places I don't want glitter. This is the only thing. This one you can kind of see the brush marks from the glue, but the mica powder did stick to him. I tried to clean him off a little bit around the edges. Didn't work so great. So far I'm not going to trash the video. So if you're actually seeing this video, it made it to YouTube. This is not a redemption video. I take everything back that I said earlier. This is not my redemption video. That one's coming up next. That is not today. I'm going to let these just sit overnight. I peeled him back so I didn't ruin my mold. I'll peel him out tomorrow. I'll peel this one out tomorrow. If they break, they break. There's nothing I can do. I'm at least going to give it overnight. I think what I'm going to do is spray seal these with like Mod Podge spray or something. Clear acrylic spray. Hold all that stuff in. And then I'm going to go over it with this Dragonfly glaze. This is, it's a holographic glaze. It's very pretty. And it might go well being that I have glitter all over these. So, all right, guys, that's it for tonight. I'm going to pick this back up tomorrow. Okay, it's first thing in the morning before work. I could not wait any longer. So what I did, I took my Mod Podge matte spray and I sprayed the surfaces of these. I'm going to try to save them. I think they're savable. I mean, I don't know. And then I did put them in the curing machine for 3 hours before I went to bed last night. So they've been in there and then sitting for 12 hours maybe? About 12 hours on top of the curing machine. So I'm just going to unmold these two. So I'm glad the little tail stayed on this little unicorn. Oh, okay, well, his little horn just broke off. So obviously the mixture wasn't good enough to hold it. I don't know if I can, it's still too soft because, you know, I didn't do the mixture properly. So that's what happens. I don't know if you can glue this or not. I'm not sure. I don't think that you can, but maybe I'll try. Let's just hope this little elk comes out okay. I don't want him to break. Because you remember, this was like the extras. And I had to keep adding water in order to work with it. So I'm sure the mixture is not right. Don't do what I do. This is not my redemption video. Remember, you guys, that one's coming up. I just wanted to show you again what not to do, to reiterate what not to do. That's what I'm sticking with. That's my story. I can't even get this one out. I don't want to break his head off or his eyes. See, I'm worried about his eyes. That's the smallest part of him, especially since the mixture wasn't right. Come on. I'm going to have to go off camera for a second. Sorry. I'm trying to be really careful. Please don't break. Please don't break. Please. I'm being really gentle. Please stay on. Please, whatever you do, don't pop off. Okay, got it. Okay, well, look at the marbling. The marbling looks amazing. Here's his antlers, and they need to be sanded down. I did sand these. It's sanded beautifully, so everything is nice and smooth. I did not sand him yet, so I do have to sand a little bit off the back of that for his antlers to fit. Now I did get bubbles in the antlers, right there, and right at the tip of it. But I think he's salvageable. I'm happy with the marbling. I will get a little face painted on him, fix those. So I do have to go to work right now, but when I get back, we're going to try the dragonfly glaze, and maybe I will think of something else to do, because what I don't like is all the little powders that moved in there. So I want to try to hide that, and I'm thinking this would hide that because it's got the little glitter in it. And these aren't dry yet, or I would, well, maybe they are dry. It is pretty dry. Okay, well, I don't have time. I've got to go to work, so I will be back as soon as I get home. It is time to finally do this. I've been thinking about it all day. So they are dry. I did glue his little horn on, and I have an idea of how to hide it because you can see the crack. But, you know, live and learn. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So I'm just going to take my dragonfly glaze. I'm going to try it on one. I'm going to try this one. If I can't hide all of this, I'm not going to bother fixing all the rest of them, because if it doesn't hide it, it's not worth saving. I'm sure you guys, I mean, I'll save them, maybe cover them with something else. I'm just not going to finish the process I'm starting is what I'm saying. So this is like an iridescent, and it's color changing. This one is violet, blue, and green shift. I'm just going to hopefully mask some of this. This will seal it as well. And hopefully give it like an iridescent look. Yeah, it's not gonna cover that. I don't think it's going to work. It's got glitter in it. I'm not sure how much you guys can see, but it definitely has some glitter, but it's an iridescent glitter more than glitter, you know what I mean? Not too thrilled. Let me put some on the sides and see what happens. Can't really see a big difference on it. I think I'm going to scrap these. I will reuse them somehow, some way, but I'm not going to use this on them. And I don't think it will be in this video. However, I think I'm going to finish these two little guys if I don't do anything else. So let me try this glaze on him. Now I sanded him down, got him nice and flat on the bottom. I did glue his little antlers on. So I've been waiting all day to do this, and look at what happens. It's not going to do what I want it to do. Let me fast forward you. I'm just going to paint these two little guys, get them dried, and we'll see where we're at. So I guess I should have told you in the beginning of this video that this video was going to be all about learning how to make an elk and a unicorn out of the casting powder. And the coasters were just a joke, you guys. Well, I got two things that worked. Let me show you them. So this is the little guy. See that pretty little iridescence that dragonfly glaze does? So I just painted him with blue eyes this time. But isn't that cute? At least he worked. A couple bubbles in his antlers, but he's so cute. So we have a brother for the two sisters now. And then when I was putting the glaze on this little girl, I noticed an ear was missing. So I put a flower over her ear. And then I told you I was going to fix the horn. I gave her a little bling on the horn so you don't see the little crack in it. A little bling in her nose, on her feet. And I painted some I got a little bling in her eyelashes. But how do you like that little glaze I put on there to seal her? This one was a different color, but honestly, they kind of look... This one is supposed to have a red to it, and this one is supposed to have a blue to it, but they look really similar. So anyway, yeah, redemption is coming on the very next casting powder video. I swear I am going to nail it next time. I'm telling you, it is going to be perfect. Or maybe not. All right, well, this was the end result on that one I painted. Not happy with it, so give me some ideas how I can salvage these. What can I cover them with? What can I do? And if you have a great idea, I will do it in a video for you. All right, so your final pictures are going to be of the two cute little animals. I will see you guys tomorrow. Hope you learned something. I did again. I will see you later. Have a blessed day. Bye.